Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to begin by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto YAHAWAH, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI. Our double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, to all the dedicated brothers out there that's giving their due diligence to serving Yahweh, those only begotten Son YAHAWASHI in sincerity and truth. All right, again, I'd like to say Shalom. All right, today's topic I'd like to touch on the last men standing. Right, the last man standing, because it's plural, meaning more than one man in general, right? But not just any average man, and it's not what you think. It's only going to be the elect who YAHAWASHI has handpicked, right, to be in the spirit, to understand His truth, and to take action. Because for you to be delivered in the end is because you worked on yourself, you understood the truth, and you took the proper steps, to please YAHAWASHI. This ain't no thing where you sit back and say that you believe, right? This is done in all seriousness. The brothers out there that's dedicating their time out their day, to find themselves being hated by their family members, to finding themselves, being a loner. It's because we cut ties with the world. We cut ties and things that was pleasing to our flesh, to assure our deliverance in the end, man. And when we, be put in the category of this title, meaning the last man standing, it'll be well worth it, right? The outcome of us, separating from the world, it'll be well worth it. Because while everybody else burn, while everybody else suffer in the end, we gonna be put in a position of being, praised. Though that's not what we do it for, but that's just a cherry on top. We do it for because we understand this is our duty. This is what we is created to do. So it doesn't bother us at all. It doesn't bother us at all to make these changes, because it's in our spirit to do so, right? We know who our power is, and we know what He wants. All right, so like always, Lord, willing, lessons that are fine. All right, I'm gonna just get straight to it. All right, so again, topic being the last man standing. All right, let's go ahead and go bring out the book of Second Esdras. It's the book of Second Esdras, the 9th chapter, verse 7. All right, the book of Second Esdras 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. The only individuals that's going to get delivered up out of here is those that have faith and those that believe. And it's all shown through their works. And shall be preserved from the said perils. Because there's prophecy of what's getting ready to go down and hardship that's getting ready to happen. And those are the only individuals that's going to get saved from it, is those that's moved by faith. Right? And shall be preserved from the said perils. And shall see my salvation. 1 second.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey, Joseph.
Can I hide this?
Mm-hmm.
Your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can I hide it?
No, here, let me see. Consolaki. And shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and wherein my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. These individuals that is set to be delivered in the end is marked from the beginning. They was created to do what they was meant to do, or they was created to do what they're attempting to do here today, which is to seal their faith, by the works that's presented in front of us. Because the thing about it, man, is everybody could believe what they want, but we believe in the Bible. So the Bible said if we are Israelites, we are set up to what? To serve YAHAWASHI. And some individuals, they just got a heavier lot than others. There's the prophets and there's the believers. The prophets just can't help it but to go out there and preach, to take on a tougher task, to deal with a hard-headed ass nation, man, our people, which history proves that. History confirmed it. You know, and we see and we see those same individuals here today. We understand we are the Israelites, and the words of these scriptures prove it. All right, but again, the only individuals that's set up to be delivered, and it's going to be the last men standing, men and women. All right, just to put that out there, because it's not just going to be men that's going to get delivered, because the man is going to be the prophets, and the man and woman is going to be the believers that get delivered in the end. Those that believe, not just any randoms. This is not no random thing where you stumbled into it and just because you know the name you're going to get saved. No, it takes more than just knowing the name. There's a lot of people that know the name and still on the position of being wicked. That's why the scripture said many shall be let's just bring it out. All right, because if I can't quote it right, it has to be brought out. This book of Daniel, the 12th chapter, verse is it 8? Nope. 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Sleeping in the dust, meaning just living a life of confusion, right? Not knowing what's going on, right? Having no wisdom, having no truth, right? Dust, as you know, dust just representing, you know, if you've been thrown in your eyes, you know, you're not going to be able to see. You're just, you know, you're put in a bad situation. That's what our people is in, a bad situation, right? Because they believe they got a zeal, but not according to knowledge. But the point is, many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt, because the word has been brought out, the word has been preached. All right, the word has been brought out, and this word has been preached. So there ain't no reason why a lot of individuals want to act like they don't know. They know, they just choose not to believe. All right, they choose not to believe, or they choose, you know, to be wicked, man. They choose to remain a Babylonian. They choose to live, to choose this life. They choose to serve Satan ultimately, because as YAHAWASHI was tempted by Satan, what to be offered the world, YAHAWASHI denied it, but our people took on the offer. All right, but again, this is not set up for any random individual, because it takes more than just knowing the name. Because the name is either going to put a curse on you or put a blessing on you. A curse if you leave it, you know, put it behind you like it doesn't matter, and a blessing if you serve YAHAWASHI, understanding your duty. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, the first chapter verse 21. Right, for after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. Right, because a lot of people say they know YAHAWASHI, but they don't know him through wisdom. Because you reading the scriptures and you understanding your full duty and task as a man, you'll be operating your life in a whole different way. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. So a lot of those that get delivered in the end is because what they took action. Right, the foolishness of preaching. For you to preach, it takes work, and those are a lot of, and the elect is going to get delivered by doing such. Right, this is not a thing where it's just done by lip service. Right, brothers had to change their life completely. So, like, in 1 second. Right, so this is a thing where those individuals that come back to this truth will have to change their life completely. It ain't no, you know, you undecisive, you being double-minded. You got to be fully convinced in your own mind that this is what it takes. And if you're fully convinced, you're going to go above and beyond for YAHAWASHI, as the scriptures say, always abounding. 1 second. All right, but now let me go ahead and bring this out in the book of Matthew. It's the book of Matthew, the 23rd chapter. Where is that? I think it's the 5th verse. This is the book of Matthew 23, verse, I'm going to start in 1. Then spoke YAHAWASHI to the multitude and to the disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid, observe, that you observe and do. So again, it's action. When you observe the commandments and do the commandments, right, you actually, and do them, as though when you do something, it's a form of action. It's like, I don't got internet right now, so like, it's a form of action. Like, all right, but do not ye after their works, for they do and do not. So their works, meaning, the things they do behind closed doors, because they say they serve Yahawah Shem Yahshua, but they actually don't. So their works is actually, they're hypocrites. So the majority of their works is actually wicked. Bearing false witness. Putting a burden on men that themselves that they can't do, making them having that holier than thou spirit. But again, this, you being the last man standing, is going to require you doing something, right? This especially found the elders of Great Millstone. The teachings of Great Millstone is a teaching of what? Of you actually working and doing something. You gonna have to get up out your ass, man. Our people just got too comfortable in this world, where they rely on others. You got to know this truth for yourself. All right, you got to know this truth for yourself, because you might be put in a position where you don't live in the same city as other brothers, right? And you might be put in a position where you can't link up with them or meet up with them, at some point, because there's gonna be times where it's gonna be real hectic. All right, that's just to be noted, because you can never be too comfortable. And again, you gotta have this and notice, because another thing too, another pointer is, they might ban the scriptures. They might have to ban the Bibles. So these things should be embedded in your mind already, man. That's why that's another thing too. When you go out there to preach, it ain't just for others. You do it for yourself as well. All right. It's the book of Zephaniah, the 2nd chapter. It's the book of Zephaniah 2, verse 1. Gather yourself together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a shaft, before the fierce anger of Yahawah Shem Yahshua come upon you, before the day of Yahweh's anger come upon you. This is the point. Seek ye Yahawah Shem Yahshua, all ye meek of the earth, which wrought his judgment. When you look up the word wrought, meaning do his works, do his laws, that kept his laws, right? Wrought his judgment, meaning you kept his laws, right? Seek righteousness, seek meekness, it may be ye shall be hid in the day Yahawah Shem Yahshua's anger. The only way that, when I'm referring to the title, the last man standing, the only way you will be as the last man standing is if you seek righteousness, seek meekness. You humbling yourself down and being in full subjection to Yahawah Shem Yahshua. You're observing to do all his ways as we're commanded to. It may be ye shall be hid in the day Yahawah Shem Yahshua's anger. Right? You're going to be the last man standing if you do right. If you observe to do what's good. Right? And you'll be moved doing so if you ultimately believe. If you believe it's the right thing to do. Right? This is the book of Acts, chapter 16, verse 31. Right? And they said, believe on the Adawan YAHAWASHI HaMashiach, and thou shalt be saved in thy house. So it puts you in a good position to believe, because not only do you get saved, right, but those that's under you. If your son is underage, if your daughter is not married, she's under your, she's under your authority. She's under your, under your authority. She's under your watch. They're under your watch. So everything that you do is very critical if you love your family. And your wife, if she's a believing wife, right? Because that's it ain't no the husband is sanctified to the wife, or the wife is sanctified to the husband if they're not showing forth the faith by believing. They're sanctified is because if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're able to convince them, right? You're able to convince them to do better, to do right. All right. But again, if you believe in Yahawah Shem Yahshua, the word believe is a word of action. You don't just believe and that's it. You would have to think it. And when you think something, when you believe something is dangerous, you're going to stay away from it. When you believe there's sharks in the water and you see the sign, beware of sharks, and you believe that, you're going to stay away from it. It takes action for you to show forth your belief. If you believe that certain chemicals is bad for you, you're not going to do it. You're not going to consume it because you believe it could kill you. Right? If you believe the stove is hot, you're not going to touch it because it could burn you. If you believe it's an action, and you believe action occurs after. All right, so man, off here, this is the book of Luke, the 21st chapter. Again, the last man standing. Just think about that. Not everybody's going to be saved. Not everybody's going to be saved. Right? Many more shall perish than them that shall be saved. This is only for the righteous. Those that took on the task of YAHAWASHI. Right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Those are going to be the last man standing right there. Those that watch, those that pray, those that pay attention, those that believe. All right. So I'm going to end off here, quick lesson, quick hit. I want to end off by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Hawakwadash. All right, double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Shalom, Akim, Shalom.